Hi, welcome for another episode of Project Geospatial. I'm Adam Simmons here at the GEOINT 2021 Symposium here in St. Louis, Missouri. And I'm currently at the CGI Federal booth where we're going to hear from them about their unique product services, who they are, and what's going on here at GEOINT. So guys, tell us who you are and tell us who CGI Federal is, and we'll just get right into it.
So I'm Jason Marsh. I lead the intelligence practice in CGI Federal. CGI Federal is the U.S. subsidiary of global CGI that works with all the federal government. So,
hi, I'm Hudson Sutherland. I'm a director at CGI Federal, and I came over to work with Jason in the intel sector. I'm the DTMI project manager.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit more about CGI Federal in terms of what services that you offer, what's unique to the table this year as opposed to what you provided before. I hear you have an interesting product I'd like to get into, Secure Data Fabric. So let's tell us about those things.
Yeah, so CGI Federal, we have about 7,000 members. And what we've brought this year is Secure Data Fabric. In working with DIA on the Mars project, we actually started taking enabling technology like blockchain and ABAC, attributed-based access control, bringing them together as a way to make data accessible, shareable, and discoverable. Worked it as a proof of concept, and we've actually now taken it and we're showing it as a capability. Working with different groups like NGA, other DoD members, and other parts of the federal government. So I'm going to hand it over to Hudson, and he'll walk through some use cases with it.
So one of the use cases we like to talk about is, a dark vessel, right? So we always like to set the stage. So the scenario goes, we've got some anti-tank ballistic missiles that are being transported from an embargoed nation. And we're using the Suez Canal, right? We know that it was blocked up several months back. And so this is something that, analysts can grasp their head around. Like, we're tracking this vessel. We know that it's supposed to be somewhere within the Suez Canal. Yet, the RF, let's say the RF signal that they're tracking from the National Tactical Means goes dark. So they're like, well, what do? We go to an EO image from a commercial data provider. So they try to get this. How do you verify that data from the commercial provider is good? They receive, in this scenario, an analyst receives that image from the commercial provider, and, the ship is not where it's supposed to be, right? So how do you validate that image? Was that image, did someone, after the point of collection, go in and, pixelate it where it appears that this vessel has disappeared? Well, this is where Secure Data Fabric comes in, right? So what would happen is, at the point of collection from that commercial vendor, there would be a digital hash that would be assigned to that data. And anything that happened to that image, through the blockchain and then the ABAC would be collected. It would break the hash, and you'd know immediately that something nefarious had been injected in there, right? So the SDF is, in essence, can provide, the assurance that data is good, that you're buying from that commercial provider. So that's a scenario that we've played out and seen, and it's quite interesting.
Nope, thanks for that answer. Thanks for the clarification. In terms of how you host this platform or service to your customers, how do people access it? How does it what does that look like? What's the integration to your customer's ecosystem?
Certainly. So this is obviously a blockchain network. So the more nodes that you have on the blockchain network, the more participants, the more secure it becomes. So each one of those providers and customers are in and part of that network. And then the ABAC, the attribute-based access controls, actually help define the roles and what people are actually able to see within the network. We've also built in, through smart contracts, a way to further enhance someone's ABAC role. So data can be in the network, you can discover and you can see things that may be available and of interest to you. However, you may not have access to them. Through a simple smart contract, you're able to expand, the data that you're able to get a hold of.
Excellent. So from a security perspective, security sounds like a big part of what you're providing here. And talk about some of the security issues that you're solving for the community, or you're seeing in the community that need to be addressed, and what that looks like moving forward in the next couple of years. Because we do see things. How is this connected to concepts like cybersecurity, for example, right? And this is kind of all tied into that. So what's your perspective on that now, and where do you see that going?
Sure. So really what we're looking at is the empowering the need to share, right? As we look at the collaborative efforts across DoD, the IC, the 5I communities, really it is now taking a security model and that data security model and making it so that you can have the data accessible to those that need it, whether it's quick response or mission-based. As we look at that model maturing going forward, I think it really comes down to governance. It's something that Hudson and I really talk to DIA and GA, all of our little clients. And how are you going to now enable that governance to take advantage of this to really make that zero trust network enabled in a way to be faster in that quick response? So.
Awesome. So as opposed to the GEOINT Symposium here, it's been 2 years since we actually had a physical GEOINT Symposium, right? What do you think of this so far, and what do you hope to get out of the symposium this year, and even 6 months from now at the next one?
Well, so I think it's been great, really seeing all the companies, seeing the government interact. It's been a great chance to even see the new leadership, right? We've seen a lot of leadership changes, whether it's in GA and RO since the last time we were all together in person. And it's exciting to hear those new messages and where they're trying to take it. So
me personally, I'm ready to reconnect with people, right? The virtual world has been great. You can get a lot more done, but really that human connection and the ability to do that has been tremendous here at GEOINT. There's a lot of enthusiasm. A lot of folks came out, and a lot of good ideas are being shared. And those are things that you don't necessarily get in the virtual world. So I'm just happy to be here and seeing humans.
Awesome. So as we begin to wrap up, is there any last-minute messages you'd like to send to our audience about who CGI Federal is, what you all do, and what you bring to the table?
Sure. So like I said, CGI Federal, here we're talking about data security in the SDF, but we really do focus on end-to-end IT. We're a true consulting company, and we like to bring those thought leaderships to our clients and helping them solve their problems, whether it's mission, business, or enabling their IT.
Excellent. Well, thank you both for coming on with us and talking about CGI Federal, your perspectives on it. Awesome to get some, not only do we have a lot of new blood in the industry, but to get your thought leadership on where you see the industry going in terms of what products you're providing, I think helps inspire a lot of the younger generation figure out where they can go with their careers too. So once again, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Nice seeing you folks here at GEOINT 2021, and we hope to see you next year. So thanks a lot.